Good morning everyone. I hope you can hear me now. It's a bit windy today, so I have my headset on. If you can hear me loud and clear, please let me know. Let me know where you're viewing Kinsale. This is the Spaniard pub, and we have a bit of sunshine today. So I said, with this crazy weather here in Ireland, weather changes and the sun hits everything right. Let's come up here. Look upstairs in the Spaniard. You can actually see the Spaniard himself. How cool is that? Peeking out the window. That's the first. I haven't seen that before. Some beautiful houses around here. Some nice views of Kinsale. And we were across the way in a previous live at Compass Hill, and that's Old Town Hall. Nice and quiet here today, so I'm trying not to be too loud. I do hope you're hearing me. I think it's a Sunday morning, so everyone's having a nice little relax in bed. Pretty little houses. Nice climbing vines there. And this area over in Scilly, we have a lower road and a higher road. So it's all little winding hills up and down. I'm not a tour guide or anything, so bear with me. Just trying to give you whatever local knowledge I know. There's a nice silhouette of, if you can see on top of this roof, hopefully you can, the little chicken on the wind dial, north, south, east, west. I'm going to try to keep in the sun. It's nice and warm. It's very windy here last night. And this walk takes us to Charles Fort, takes us to Kinsale and the Scilly Walk. Now I think I'm going to go this way first because I do want you to see the Scilly Walk. The sunlight isn't catching all these buildings yet, but normally by lunchtime you get all the light over here and it's really pretty. And you can't drive through this road. It just gets more narrow as you go along it. Only local residents can. This is another little shortcut up here, if you can see. These tiny little alleyways. These houses with their beautiful views. And let's just take a moment to enjoy this. Bird sound. No boats going out today. Maybe that's because it could be a bit rough out at sea. Did have a lot of wind last night. You can see the silhouette of James Fort here. Across the way from Charles Fort, which you probably can't see because of the sun. The Dutch style houses, known as the typewriter houses. So everyone, are you liking what you see? Show me some love, send me some hearts. Tell me where you're from. Have you been to this area before? What do you think of it? It's a little way down to the rocks, and there's some nice fishing around here. Little house in there, and they have their own little entrance. And yeah, so used to fish for salmon here by nets a long time ago. And there is a conger rock here where you have conger eels, all different species here. Morning. We just had a passerby there that I said hello to. People are nice and friendly here. Now this walk will actually take you all the ways over to the higher road, but we're not going to walk all the ways over to the higher road. It's a long walk. We have some walkers passing me there, enjoying the Sunday morning. I'm glad I'm doing these videos for you guys because it gets me up early, out and about, appreciating what we have in our locality. And as I said earlier, it does rain very sporadically. You can see there, grey clouds. All of a sudden you can have sunshine, then hailstones, snow, whatever. So peaceful. So this walk goes over to the Bullman Bar and Charles for it. And I might take us over there next for a little look around. We have some holly growing here. No berries, the birds have taken all the berries. And I see this grey cloud above me. Please don't burst into rain. I'm not done with my walk yet. So we're going to get the nice views now of heading back towards Kinsale. As I said, I hope you can hear me. I do have my headset on. Someone give me a shout out if you're hearing me loud and clear. Can you hear me? Major Tom to ground control. Oh well, I'll keep talking. You mightn't be hearing me, but I'll keep talking. Oh, loud and clear, thank you so much. Now I know I'm not wasting my time. And I hope it doesn't sound too windy, as I said. Hear this little bubbling sound. I don't know if you can hear it. The waves just coming in there. So it's not quite high tide, but the tide is in. Oh yes, you have to register your moorings. You are not allowed to just moor your boat here. It does cost money to be in Kinsale to moor your boat. It's following this little birdie here now. See where he's going? Ah, he's living in the chimney. Might have baby birds up there. We have a fabulous house up here. Really modern house, nice big windows. heaven here. I'm here and I've only like passed 2 other people. The joys of waking up early on a Sunday morning, having the whole place to yourself. I love these little winding secret pathways that go to houses or backyards or wherever. I will try to lower my voice a bit because I do know people are probably still asleep around here. I am walking close to people's houses. All these nice little buildings. This is probably just some type of a boathouse or storage. I would be happy to live there. Boathouse and storage, don't care, it's lovely. Feeling a few raindrops. I will try to stay out even if it rains, as long as my phone isn't going to be flooded. Oh, look at this tree, this is nice, nice big tree. Beautiful house here. Look at these old-fashioned chimneys, really nice. And the triangular shaped window. And this house here right on the water's edge. No, it's not Dunmore East, someone just asked me. Isn't it very similar? It's Kinsale. Kinsale in County Cork in Ireland. Similar to Dunmore East. I've been to Dunmore East. Beautiful place as well in Waterford, I think. The clouds over Jamesfort. Lovely silhouette here. I hope you can pick it up. And imagine sleeping in these yachts at night. You have that banging noise. Last night would have been noisy. High winds last night, so whoever is sleeping on these yachts are probably having a little lie-in if they can. And before we had a recession in Ireland, we had a pub here, the Spinnaker, which is below the Spaniard, and it was one of the places to go, real happening place. A lot of people would come down from the city, have a drink, and now it's turned into a house. Just sign of the times, whoever lives there is a very lucky person. Just have a little peek here. Show you some more surroundings. I think we're in for a bit more stormy weather today. Not too many birds out. I say that now, and just as I say it, I see a little cormorant over there. He's not afraid of this weather. He probably likes it to catch his fish. Yes, whenever I am in Youghal and Bantry, I will definitely take videos. I have been to Bantry, absolutely love Bantry, Glengarriff. I think there's what's it called? The Priest's Leap. It's a pass between Glengarriff and Kenmare, I think. Oh, it's dicey driving over that. I think you would laugh if I filmed from there. I don't really like being up too high, even though I do. I love the mountains. Happy to go over it, I just don't like it, you know. It's very scenic. You wouldn't want to meet other oncoming traffic. Trying to reverse at the top of a mountain. This is so nice. Would you like a drink, Woody? Oh. That's probably for people out and about walking their dogs. Treat them nice. And this is a harbour bar. Another little bar. I don't know if it's been open for a while now. We have some lobster cages or crab cages. I'm not an expert, but I know they put in the little bait fish there. Then the crabs or lobsters, whatever, go in and they can't get back out. And that's how you catch your supper. Some canoes. Little boats, little dinghies. Oh, we have a little doggy. Hello, little doggy. Hi. Hi. Little dogs are always the noisiest. Probably more likely to bite me as well, but it'll be nice to him. I'm not going to get too close. I'm not a great swimmer. I don't want to be washed in by a rogue wave, but isn't this nice? Just loving all the sounds. I hope you can hear some of the background sounds, not just my voice. Yeah, Kerry is very beautiful as well. I am eager to get down to Kerry. Maybe when the weather is a bit more predictable, which is very funny in Ireland. But I do like the sunshine down in Kerry. But the mountains are always kind of snow-capped, snow-tipped, whichever. And oh look, we have a little ferry door, little ferry trail. I like this when people leave their little fairy stuff for kids to see on their walks. During the lockdown, a nice member of the community did a lot of little painted rocks here, and people were hiding them and finding them, and they had inspirational quotes on them. Really nice. Little mini bird house here. Is that a real bird? No, fake bird, but he looks very real. Let's go for a giant down here because this is all probably private property by now. We have a little bit of a rainbow over there forming. All roads lead to water here, guys. Every which way you turn, it's a bit like Venice. Oh, someone was here doing something I quite enjoy. Finding little beach finds, little sea glass and shells. Oh, look at this. I don't know if you can see this. It's the brown sea glass. You can tell when you put it into the light. If you find the black sea glass, it's normally very old. And the black sea glass has normally come from ships, where they used to, like a long time ago, hundreds of years ago, ships used to store medicine and stuff in dark coloured bottles, mainly black. The brown ones, that's probably some beer bottle, I'd imagine, but the black ones, they look like rocks until you pick them up and put them against the sun, and you can just see the light shine through them. And there's always like a little bit of green or a little bit of brown in the black, so you know it's not a stone. Bit of an expert on sea glass. And they don't have chips on them like rocks. They have loads of these letter C on it. Oh, here he is. Hello, little doggy. And the seas are formed from the sea just washing them over and over again into the rocks. Where am I? Oh, for anyone that's joined, this is Scilly in Kinsale, County Cork in Ireland. It's giving you a tour before the weather changes. Beautiful houses here. And I found a friendly dog. Hello, doggy. Are you a bit cold? Do you want to go home? You should go home, it's cold. Love cats and dogs. I always stop to talk to them if no one else is around. So guys, if anyone stayed with me for the whole journey, I started at the Spaniard here. I walked down the hill and we did a loop around, only a small loop. I'm just not the healthiest to walk too far. And we have a lovely restaurant here, the Man Friday restaurant, an award-winning restaurant. It's been here for decades now. This is the entrance to it. You can see from here all the accolades on the wall, all the stars, all the plaques. So I'm just down the road from this person and they said, you need money to live in Kinsale. You do if you want to live the high life. As you see, I'm out walking, enjoying the beauty, not spending a penny. I am fourth generation here, so I suppose I'm a bit lucky to be born into the Kinsale lifestyle and not just arriving here hoping to buy a house or start a business. Oh, look at these guys. This is our little chorus. One is gone. He's going to check out the area. He's the little scout gull. Oh, there's another one. The other two are waiting for them to come back with some food. Here's some more of the Spaniard. So we have someone saying here that they worked in a madhouse here on a split level, looks like a cottage but went down 3 levels. The thing about Kinsale is you have so many different styles of houses. I showed you some of these luxurious new style houses with the big windows, and I'll tell you a little story. I don't know if a lot of you know this, but in the old days you see this cottage, very small windows. Now the reason why they had small windows is because the government put a tax on houses back in the old days for daylight. You were actually forced to pay more money if you had bigger windows, and it penned the phrase daylight robbery. So probably something like this with all little small windows. They're probably classed as 12 individual little windows as opposed to one big window. Back in the day, probably less taxes to pay. If they had the daylight charges now, the size of some of these new windows, they would be paying a fortune. But the Spaniard has been this yellowy colour for all my lifetime. They've always had it either yellow, orange, maybe the odd time they went against design, but they've always come back to this yellow and orange, which makes you see it from far away, from town. There's another lovely house here. Some pretty little peachy pink roses. Nice pine tree with pine cones on top. And this house, I like that blue. I've said that before in past lives. All these big gated houses. Maybe this is what the person was referring to when he said, you need money to live in Kinsale. Well, I'd imagine these type of houses, yes, you would definitely need money for these houses. But I'm sure they're very happy to live here. And again, I'll just show you our little secret passageways in and out of town. Don't know if you can see the forts from here now. Charles Fort to my left in the distance, and then the boat yard behind it where I think they build, restore boats, and then jutting out into the sea is James's Fort. Charles and James, probably called after the English kings, because we have our history with the English here. What we are looking at Charles Fort and James's Fort from a vantage point in Scilly. And I did explain the last day, it's called Scilly here because when they first came here, they thought it looked like the Scilly Isles. So that shows in the summertime how beautiful it is here. Do remember we're in February now, so the weather isn't the best and it's not at its most prettiest. don't walk all the ways up. We have a cool little laneway up here right at the top called Breakheart Hill. I don't know, maybe you walk up it for a broken heart, or maybe it breaks your heart to walk down because it's so steep. Maybe it's more like Break Leg Hill. But it's an interesting steep hill to walk up. Another view of this lovely house. Mention the sevens, oh my gosh. Dare I mention the rugby sevens in Kinsale? Oh, okay. A lot of people have good memories of it. A lot of people have memories they'd rather forget. We do have a big rugby festival in Kinsale. It hasn't been on the past few years because of COVID. But it's 7-a-side rugby. People come from the UK, Wales, Scotland. Don't know if we're French teams. And they play against local teams. And it's all about the rugby. Not. It's all about people coming down, getting drunk, enjoying a bit of rugby for an hour, enjoying the food for an hour, and then enjoying the liquor for 1 or 2 nights. And it's a bit like Glastonbury, shall we say. And I'm not sure if they're going to have it again in the future. It has been scaled down, probably because it got way too big for the town. And it got scaled back a little bit, but people still do enjoy it. Yes, of course it is it's about the rugby for some, yes. And it should have always been about the rugby, but unfortunately it did get out of control with people that just used to use it as an excuse to get very drunk. And then of course that happens, people ruin it for other people that actually want it for its original purpose, just to enjoy sport. The White Lady Bar, someone has asked me, the White Lady Bar, hotel and nightclub, it's still operating as a hotel, restaurant, a lovely restaurant. It's not, unfortunately, operating as a nightclub for a long time. Boo-hoo, that's really sad, because the White Lady was great fun and a great venue, great hosts, and I think a lot of people enjoyed the walk from town down to the White Lady after a few drinks. Good way to get sober very quick and hit the dance floor. Spent lots of nights in the White Lady, so I did fully enjoy it, and I would hope that Anthony and Roman would open it again after all this COVID nonsense. And I think it does open just for the rugby sevens. 1 or 2, 3 nights a year, but it would be nice if it was open regularly. This person saying many a night they were refused. Who would refuse you from the White Lady? What did you do? I'm kind of wandering up and down the hill here, so I'm going to be nice and I'm going to drive over to the Bullman and I'm going to take some footage over there, so please tune in to my next live. Follow me if you can, if you enjoy my never-ending babbling, and we'll get to the Bullman ASAP. Thank you.